Now, the Lego game series has always been a very popular series of games that have been pretty much always a multi-console kind of thing. And as you can see from the back, there's a lot of them. In the past, when we had the original Star Wars ones and the Batman series, there was a strong attempt, when they were multi-console, to try to make them as close to the console version, the big consoles, whatever those were at the time, whether it be the Wii, the PS2, or going way back even. There always was an effort to make the game exactly like it was on every system. Keep a similarity, not deviate from one another in different versions. When the Marvel series came, things changed, and people didn't like that change. So I'm here to address those points with this game also. So we have the 3DS version of the Lego Movie, which people are wondering, is it like the Marvel one? Is there change? And if that is the case, is it worth picking up then? Also, I'm going to be reviewing the exclusive that came with the pre-order, the Western Emmet. So, let's check that out, guys. Now, before I get into about this game and I talk about the exclusives and everything, I want to bring up that point that I was talking about the Lego Marvel game. The Lego Marvel game was the last Marvel game that came out of the Lego series prior to this, and it came with multiple different exclusives, which was a first for the Lego series in pre-orders. If you went to Walmart, you got essentially the Iron Patriot exclusive here. If you went to GameStop, you got the little Spider-Man keychain there. And for the first time ever, there was that separation. But the weird thing is that there was more to it than people thought. The truth of the matter was, for the first time ever, there were actually separate versions of the game. The console one was Lego Marvel Superheroes, while the smaller console versions, the handhelds if you will, was Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril. There was a separation there. There actually was two separate kinds of games. And a lot of the Lego video game fans were not happy with those handhelds because of how different they were. They possessed challenges, there was shorter levels, more of an emphasis on mini games, and not an open world environment, no more swapping of the characters mid-gameplay. A lot of people didn't like that. So did this happen with Lego the movie when it made its jump essentially to handheld as well with all the multi-consoles? Unfortunately, yes. If you pick up the console version, you will get the full-blown game with everything. The handheld versions are unfortunately like the Marvel game prior to it. They are smaller challenges, no swapping. There is good news in that is that the quality of the videos are in both versions of the game, and they are very well done. For spoilers, mind you, if you're someone who hasn't seen the movie yet, I heavily suggest you see the movie first before playing the game, because the game possesses a lot of footage from the movie, and it's something I feel you should experience firsthand in a theater rather than on your little screen here or on your television playing the video game, regardless of the version you have. So just that little piece of information there. If you're going to pick up this, you're not going to get the full experience. This is the more bite-sized experience of the game, and there's less to it, unfortunately. Now let's get to the exclusive that everyone was pining for. The exclusive, regardless of what version you got, was the Western Emmet. And Western Emmet is from the movie. It's one of Emmet's many outfits, and you could only get it via the EB Games or GameStop version. So here's an open one. I got all the pieces here, and we'll just kind of do a quick assembly here, as easy as that is. It's very simple, 6 pieces according to the packaging. Let's bring everything in here. Emmet this time around does not have a double face like a lot of the Lego movie figures do. It's just a single face. And it just involves simple assembly. I'm going to just do this quickly for you guys, and we'll take a look at it afterwards. Now, Western Emmet is more or less a Emmet figure. Essentially, the body is still the same, but there's a new face sculpt, the 2 new poncho pieces, and the hat, which has been used with multiple Lego figures in the past. The Lego Indiana Jones series comes to mind, any Western stuff. So the only unique pieces are indeed the poncho, the face, and the hat. Otherwise, it's essentially the same Emmet figure that comes in many different releases. The Unikitty one is a good example that comes to mind. So it is different than what has come up to this point, and you can only get it at the moment through this game promotion. So I heavily suggest picking it up through that venue, because in the past there has been a lot of other game promotion stuff and they've not been available through any other sets or anything. A good example, the Iron Patriot. There was a Thor that was exclusive only to the Marvel Lego series that only could be gotten through different venues. So I suggest picking up this Lego Emmet if you are a collector, because it doesn't look like it's going to get any other releases thus far. We've seen previews of all the other movie Lego stuff, and it seems like this figure is not going to pop up anywhere at the moment. Again, back to the game. I would suggest picking up the console version over the handhelds, because it is a much more full game, playing both of them at the moment. Graphically, you'll enjoy what's on the 3DS, and they did manage to port the FMVs properly, unlike they did with Marvel, where it was very grainy, but it's a completely different game. And in all honesty, being someone who's played all the Lego game series up to this point, and seeing how there's stark differences between the console and the handheld this time around, just like with the Marvel one, I would go with the console this time. So this is Protoman of Gamers Canada, and this has been a video review of the Lego Movie Videogame and the exclusive Western Emmet figure. So until then, guys, game on.